Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Bearlissimo. This is a bite-sized breakdown, and this is Khalil Herbert and the offensive mindset. And I call it an offensive mindset because it takes more than just one player to be able to successfully run a ball. So we're going to get straight into it, no waffling, no messing about. Straight into it. So you see Cole Kmet's already motioned across. We're now going to have a motion here by, I think it's Pettis, is it? Yeah, it is Pettis. So there's the motion, and then what do you get up front? You get a double here, you get single block, because obviously this is a sort of a 5-eye, a 7 there. So we're getting a double here, tight end and tackle. We're getting guard and centre here, guard left to himself, tackle left to himself. Motions come across the back. You see the linebackers sort of flowing inside and outside. We can see that the guard has fallen on the floor, which is Cody Whitehair just basically trips off the back leg of the defensive tackle. Still gets onto the linebackers, just enough to dissuade him. Cole Kmet with a good block here. Darnell Mooney, as always, with a good block here. Equanimous St. Brown as well. Great blocking effort from the wide receivers. We're now left, if we can get past this linebacker, which don't forget Cody Whitehair tripped. Could have been a bigger play, possibly, if he'd have stayed on his feet. We've only then got the safety to beat, but Khalil just runs over that linebacker anyway, doesn't matter. Runs over him. Darnell Mooney's got his guy to the ground. He sort of quits on him, and then the safety sort of cleans up. It's a nice run, just basically second down run, and it goes for first down. What I do like about this is you see Khalil Herbert pressing to the centre to keep this linebacker honest, and it's also giving the chance for Cole Kmet to come here. Squeezes, bounces, cuts, goes again, runs over a guy, runs through a second. Nice first down, see it from the other angle. There's Cole Kmet. Going to see the double working. You see Cody Whitehair basically trip off the back of his leg. So that's where that is. There's the double. You see him push him out of the hole. So that's good stuff there. Good stuff by Patrick. Good stuff by Borum. Good stuff by Braxton Jones and Cole Kmet. Gives Kmet the chance to come off. Kirksey widens. That's what pressing at the middle does, because now he has to contain outside. Kmet comes and takes him, kicks him out. That's where Herbert squeezes, sees the kick out, sees the seal there. If this could have just stayed on his feet a little bit longer, and you see him basically just trip off the back of there. Braxton Jones' leg actually just trips on his foot. Can't get to Grugy Hill, but at the end of the day, Herbert runs him over and the defensive back anyway. So great start to the running game. Second play we're looking at, we're in gun. What gets his doing, what I like, is we've got Cole Kmet out of the boundary with Economy St. Brown, kind of thinking bubble or something with this motion. Darnell Mooney coming across. It is a play that actually ran a bubble to this sort of trips look later on in the game off gun. You can see quite clearly one high stacked here, which looks like man of some form. It might even be a match. You know, you take inside, you take outside, something along those lines. But you see here, quite clearly trailing the motion, shows your man up front. So then all we've got left in the box is 6 to deal with 5 offensive linemen and a Khalil Herbert in the backfield and a Justin Fields. And you can see as they've tightened up here and widened, they're thinking bubble here. This is obviously an off man. Safety's quite deep. 2 linebackers really the only thing to worry about. Again, we're going to get a double on the one tech. 7's left to the outside. And you've got a double here, so it makes it look like this is unblocked man RPO kind of look. That would be the read man for Justin Fields. Let's see what we get. It is a read man. So you see he basically sits, squeezes. That hesitation step there to the outside where Justin pulls and goes. And then up front, you're getting actually really good movement by the offensive line. So moving bodies off the line of scrimmage. And that by Larry Borum here as this guy cuts. And again, what I like is Herbert's ability to sort of push up and then cut off the back of it. This is a great seal here by Larry Borum. And then he drives him into the ground. So that's a great block up front by Larry Borum at the end of the day. And that makes that cutback lane on the RPO for Herbert. Runs through a tackle of a defensive end. Runs through a safety, another 3 or 4 yards after it. So that's how you use your pad level and your strength. And again, key block I think really is here. We do get some decent doubles up front as well. So there's the double going. So it looks more like sort of zone now at this point. So what I like is it's almost like a power. You get off there to make that block easier down to the second level. You're getting the same thing here. And I said previously on some of my other breakdowns, this is what Coach Morgan wanted to do even on the zone stuff. Is almost like a power, because technically in zone, this would be uncovered on a one tech. You'd just go straight to that and you'd expect your centre to get over. But it's not. You hit him because he's the nearest man. Then you go to second level. That's the way it's running with this sort of almost power look. And this is really the key, is Borum The guy's to the inside. Okay, let's wash him because that's where he's going. And then you see just drives him to the ground there. Khalil Herbert off the back of it. Again, you're going to see him press right into this gap. Grugia Hill's going to get a sniff of it. He's going to come up nice and tight. So is Kirksey filling the other hole. Okay, fine, I'll cut back because this guy's had to wait too wide, too long for Justin Fields. Cut back, run through that tackle, no problem. First safety comes up. Yeah, get my pad into him. So you see him drop his shoulder. Brace for contact, drive through the contact, look at the leg drive. Great finish again. And again, Dante Pettis giving it a little bit up front from the wide receiver. So they're also chipping in on some of these runs for Khalil Herbert. Great start to it. Third play in now, and we're in the I formation. Who'd have thought that on the Nagy? Well, obviously he's not here anymore. We do have hopefully a competent play caller. We've got Pettis and Mooney on the boundary. We've got Cole Kmet, the tight end left. So it's I form left, twins right. I guess you call it twins right. And again, in terms of what you've got up front now, we've got 8 in the box. So 8 in the box, you would think probably not great recipe for run. Obviously going to get some sort of man here, 1 high safety. So that's the sort of the read if it's pass or play action. And again, this is really good blocking up front by the big boys. What I love is Lucas Patrick on the one tech. Watch him cut this guy down, take him off his feet. Really good work. Braxton Jones seal here, Cole Kmet seal here. Get the fullback out and this guy on the perimeter, squeeze up and bounce it outside. That's the way it's designed to go. And again, Larry Borum this is Garrett Wallow. He's actually a really quick linebacker, formerly of Texas Tech rookie. And Larry just basically follows him across the field. Sam doing well to get down to the other linebacker as well. Or it might even be a safety that Sam's getting down to. Again, great block by Cole Kmet on the outside. Actually, that's Whitehair pulling behind Cole Kmet. So Cole Kmet squeezes down, seals. Cody Whitehair comes from guard, so you get like a bit of a sort of a trap action with the fullback on the outside. That's what gets him to the outside. Again, fullback comes in, blazing game. It's a good contact by the linebacker. He plays the block well, but it's enough. And you see this, we're sort of walling off. And this really is the point where we want to sort of start focusing in on. Let's just zoom in a little bit to this top side of the field. And we're going to see Larry Borum just basically drive him off the side of the field. And there you go. Sit down, fella. That's the way you want it up front. Let's see what we get from the other big boys. Again, this is really good here. Just basically walling off the guy. Just stay between you and the running back. Braxton Jones stays in contact with his man. Herbert cuts it back. Makes this defensive back look all kinds of wrong. You're not going to arm tackle him from there. Braxton's now on his guy. He's going to smash him into the end zone. And Khalil's going to help out. Just finish with the way you want to do it behind your pads. And you see Dante Pettis is signalling the thing that we all know. It's a touchdown for the Bears. So let's go into the other angle. We're going to see it nicely up here. And again, this is really the key. Is getting across to here. Again, allowing this pull by sealing down. That really is, these are the key blocks here to this side. On the backside, cut block here. Takes this guy to the floor. Larry's going to take Wallow, who is here. He's going to traverse, and linebackers are all going to do this. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Cody Whitehair, Petrie sort of comes inside, so now it becomes a wall-off block. And this is a point where the vision really does help, because it's designed at the end of the day to sort of come in here. Well, obviously, the linebacker comes down, takes the fullback really low, takes him to the ground. Petrie's spun inside, so okay, I'll press, I'll bounce, I'll go outside. That's where this block becomes so important here by Sam Mustafa, much maligned Sam Mustafa. And then you've got Borum, the speed that he's coming with that linebacker across the field, going to drive him off the side of the face of this play. This is the offensive mindset you talk about with your lineman. Look at the body angle and drive that he's getting there. At the end of the day, sits him down. Thank you very much. I'll have the pancake with a little bit of syrup on the end, because Khalil's going to cut back, make this defensive back look silly. This guy's now over pursued. You've just got this linebacker to worry about, because Braxton Jones is going to smash this dude right about now into the end zone. There goes Khalil Herbert off the back. What a great touchdown. No wonder everyone is there to help celebrate. It's 3rd and long. It's obviously going to be a run play again. I've marked the line that we need to get to, which is here, the 30. You can see we're starting from, the 13-yard line. Unlucky for some. Well, let's see what it's going to be unlucky for. 3 linebackers sat all the way back here. Obviously, man here, 2 high safeties. So up front, what do you get? Kind of get just a zone sort of side here, double here, single here. Draw to Khalil Herbert. Well, it's just a straight handoff, basically. Almost like an RPO read, but it's not, because the backside guy is blocked. Walled off here nicely, walled off here nicely. That's the gap to run through. And then because we're driving and the linemen are now, what, 4 yards downfield? Because we're driving, we're able to get bodies on bodies. Khalil Herbert's able to run through it. Wide receivers are doing a bit of work up front. It's actually a really good gain on what is basically a nothing run, a give-up run on third down, just to try and get a bit more room to make it, flip that field with the field position with their punt. Let's see what the blocking is up front. Again, Cole Kmet, single, double block here, Whitehair and Braxton Jones. Double here with Sam Mustafa and this is Tevin Jenkins. And Larry Borum just basically sat with the defensive end here. Good stuff up front there. Sam Mustafa needs to go and get body on body at this point, which he does, gets contact. Whitehair with a nice drive here, does really well. At the end of the day, he's off balance and he gets disengaged at this point. But that's a good place for obviously Herbert to be able to cut back. He doesn't press up in here, which is a little bit surprising for me, but because I would have thought he'd have gone up there, but he doesn't. He cuts back to the outside. Equanimous St. Brown is outside him here, man on man, blocking there. And again, it's just a case of pressing, getting what you can. I think he'd have been better served, really, to be honest, if he'd have just come up here. So it's not all roses. Sometimes there is the stuff that it grows in, and you have to work through it. But that's a great third down run on what is basically a give-up play by Getsy. A little bit later in the game, we can see Kmet is in motion. Looks like Jalen Petrie is following. It's that sort of cover 3 look, again, with man, you would think, underneath, because at the end of the day, the motion comes across. We don't see a shift by the linebacker or an adjustment by the defensive line, so it makes you think that it's possibly man. Let's see what we get up front. It's a straight sort of zone kind of run this time. Whitehair comes across his man, but he just basically goes straight upfield, so now it's a case of walling him off. We've got single block here, get down to second level. Again, this is nice work here because it's just basically that little pitch with pivot by Justin Fields. Presses to the outside. See how what I like is the patience to press wide and then cut back, because too often sort of people just follow it straight up in here and you create traffic that you don't really need. Look at that cutback and look at this line of body. It's almost like a punt return. You wall off to one side, you run back the other, and there's your wall there. There's your wall there. Good stuff to have this nice little cutback, isn't it? Looks quite clean and tidy and tasty. And yeah, there's Khalil Herbert making the most of it. That great blocking up front. Again, safety really is on a hiding to nothing, one high safety, because he's either going to run over him, which he's already done. It's a little bit gator arms. You're not going to tackle him like that, fella. You need to run your feet. You don't stop your feet like that. But at the end of the day, Khalil Herbert stayed. Great contact balance there. What I also love is, Darnell Mooney here. I think this is, again, Equanimous St. Brown to the top here. Look at the effort by these guys up front, chasing people downfield and blocking them and, getting body on body. And again, look at Darnell Mooney still working to try and get downfield to get another block. This is great effort. And Braxton Jones, the big fella, just here, look. And Blazing Game, they're all chasing downfield. They want to get another block. Khalil Herbert goes for 50+ yards on this little inside zone at the end of the day. Well, sort of toss, turns back to inside zone, and this is where we see it. There goes the motion. There's the sort of men up front. That sort of inside move, leave him and then wall him off. That's what it does. Larry Borum here, Cole Kmet here. This really is the sort of the key on this side of things to get things moving, get bodies off the line of scrimmage. Blazing Game rightly identifies the safety, gets down on him. Cody Whitehair now has the ability to wall off. We've walled off here. Braxton Jones is going to wall off here. This isn't going to do it for them. Khalil just basically cuts back. It's a nice easy cut back, and then you're going to see him make the safety look really silly on the attempted tackle. Look at that contact balance to sort of run just straight through that arm tackle, stay on your feet, accelerate again. There's Darnell Mooney sort of 20 yards downfield making blocks, and then he goes again because Khalil gets through the tackle. The backside corner is going to be the one to make the tackle, and a little handoff, shovel him again, another 4 or 5 yards on the end tacked on. Darnell Mooney downfield, Braxton Jones downfield, Blazing Game downfield. No loafs for these guys. Great stuff. Inside your own 10, obviously you've got a lot of bodies on line of scrimmage. That looks like 6 to me with another 2 behind them. That would be 8 in the box. Tight end here, fullback here, wide receivers here. Khalil Herbert in the backfield in that sort of the deep I formation off the back of that. Under centre for once, which is always nice to see. There goes Darnell Mooney. What does the motion tell you? The motion tells you that this safety is rolling up. And we've got sort of a zone, definitely looking at there. It looks like zone left. It's basically a toss left. So again, this by Equanimous St. Brown is going to allow and this really is key because it allows Braxton Jones, that little block by Equinemius St. Brown there, who'd have thought that would be the key block here. But, you know, you get Cody Whitehair down to second level, you've got Blasingame second level, you've got Braxton Jones out in front. We like the look of that on this sort of toss here. And again, Equinemius St. Brown just drives his man past it there. We're a little bit lost downfield, Lucas Patrick. We lost a man, but we need to go and find somebody else to block. So you'd like to see him peel back and maybe get some of this, because you're not going to catch this linebacker. Just peel back, see if you can hunt back here, because at the end of the day, if you've got a cut back and you're hunting back here, you've got a chance to, you know, create that wall, little cut back. If he runs through the arm tackle, which we've already seen him do several times, Cole Kmet getting downfield here. It is a tackle there, sort of, but he keeps going, and that's the point. If you'd have turned back, Lucas, and this is just hypercritical, but at the end of the day, turn back, get one of these bodies. Look at this effort down here by Blasingame. You know, fullbacks don't get a lot of love, but when you see them sort of take a cornerback and make his day absolutely miserable, it's a good time for me. You're driving him off the field and he's getting annoyed, he's pulling you all over the place. And Khalil Herbert's loving this blocking up front, runs through the arm tackle again, accelerates, goes again, another 3 or 4 yards off the back of the first tackle. And again, we've still got people driving right to the very whistle as he's going to the ground. Braxton Jones, you know, Skokin, one of my followers that is regularly in the videos, leader of the Braxton Jones fan club, getting a mention here because Braxton just making the number 53, which I think is it? Yeah, I'm not sure who it is for them. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But there goes the motion, and again, this is sort of, again, Equinemius St. Brown. This really is a key block for me. Really good stuff by a wide receiver that doesn't get a lot of love necessarily. Good acceleration by Cody Wyatt. Good acceleration by Lucas Patrick. Good acceleration by Kari Blasingame. And then Braxton Jones getting out in front, just walling off the linebacker. We've got one-on-one yet at the end of the day. This is where I want to see Patrick, you know, turn back and go hunt for some blocking here. If he does, you know, Petrie isn't getting there and the linebacker isn't getting there. Herbert runs through that tackle. At the end of the day, this guy's free anyway, but who knows? You've got to keep going. But look at the effort here by Cole Kmet downfield. Kari Blasingame, Cole Kmet. Look at the effort down here, blocking downfield. Great stuff. You know, and a good, again, falling forward for extra yards, Khalil Herbert. Runs through a tackle, accelerates, goes for what, 3, 4, 5 yards, 6 yards extra off the back of that, just by effort alone. A little bit later into the drive, and you can see we've gone all the way from our own 10 all the way down to their end of the field. Equinemius St. Brown, we've got Cole Kmet, Trevon Wesco there, the new signing that we picked up on waivers, I think it was from the Jets. We're under centre again, we're in that sort of single formation again. Again, look at the doubles up front and then allowing that single here, allowing that single here, going to come inside here. Going to get Equinemius blocking up front. Inside zone, basically. Just a little handoff. He's got time because look at what we're doing up front to this. Again, Wesco takes, and then that means that Cole Kmet can get here. Means we can get down to Petrie here. Larry Borum, again, getting under his guy pads, using that hip torque to drive him. Lets him wash across. There's the cutback for Khalil Herbert. Get behind your pads, Khalil. Drop them down, waist high, into contact. Drop your shoulder into the man. See how he turns the ball away from the man he knows he's going to be making contact. Drops the shoulder into him. Gives himself a chance to run over the top of it. He really is pushing for the end zone there. And again, you know, Sam Mustafa finishing on his guy. Borum finishing on his guy. Tevin Jenkins giving his man some beans. And even Darnell Mooney getting involved. Just making himself an absolute nuisance to the defensive back. It's a great run. It's not a very big run, but it's getting back towards the end zone and it's going to set up the very next play. Here is the very next play. We think we've all seen it by now. It's the second touchdown. There's the motion coming from Wesco. Riley Reef on as the extra tight end eligible, which is tackle eligible, sorry. Look at this zone step here by Braxton Jones getting inside his man to wall him off. Great stuff. Double here. Going to drive this man off the line of scrimmage. Double here, Tevin Jenkins and Larry Borum. Look at the flat backs by everybody. This is such a sea change from last year. And then again, you know, Cole Kmet up front, just getting his shoulder in and driving people. Look at this movement off the line of scrimmage that we're getting on their people. Into the linebacker. Khalil Herbert is creating the impetus. Braxton sort of stalemated there, but Khalil just puts his shoulder into the back of Braxton Jones, and that extra 320 pounds sure does help when you want to push a linebacker into the end zone, which it does. keep your legs churning, even if you're facing backwards. It doesn't matter as long as you get the ball into the end zone. And Herbert does there. Everybody celebrates. Everybody clap hands, raise them up. So there goes Wesco going to take this linebacker. Blazingame's going to come in off the back. There's Braxton Jones. Riley Reef is going to make this defensive back day miserable. There you got, again, Cole Kmet giving good effort up front. Borham's giving good effort up front. Tevin Jenkins is moving bodies off the line. We've got Sam Mustafa and Cody Whitehair driving bodies off the line. Look at that seal there. That's really you only need a sniff of a gap like that. This is really good stuff in tight confines. And Blasingame doesn't really get that much on it at the end of the day, but it's enough for Khalil Herbert just to get in there, get the shoulders on, get Braxton on, falling on top of the guy, and get yourself into the end zone. Everybody celebrates. Touchdown, Bears. It's the fourth quarter now. Quite clearly, we can see that the Texans have got their noses up. They really want to sort of drive into us. We're in our 7-yard line. It's not a great place to start running from. Really is important to make some hay here. There you can see that we've got a zone definitely because we just get a widening by Wallow. Obviously, this is sort of, you'd expect man at the top here, but half field zone to this side. Motion goes across, which is Equanimous St. Brown. He's got Garrett Wallow, which is a linebacker on him. Yes, I know he's wearing 32, but he's a linebacker. Let's see what we get up front. It's, again, sort of a power concept with that pull. This has worked so well for the Bears, this power scheme concepts, allowing Lucas Patrick to get outside. And at the end of the day, if you don't get a good block here by the tight end and a good block here by Borum, and you don't get quickly out of the gate, which is Sam Mustafa getting out of the gate to get on this linebacker here, Braxton Jones to get on this guy here, Equanimous is here, Blazingame's going to lead up through the hole. Here comes Lucas Patrick making this defensive back stay an absolute nightmare. Smashes him, folds him down, there he goes down. There's Blazingame out in front. You like the look of this so far, that's pretty good. Blazingame gets on top of his guy. And look at Khalil Herbert press into the back of the fullback and then cut off the back of it. Get past the linebacker. And again, Cody Whitehair has got, 91, 8, 9 yards downfield and on the floor. We count that as a pancake. But this is really good stuff on first down to get, 7, 8 yards. And then they get it stopped. It's sort of whistled dead at 7, 8 yards. And then we get this, which again, it's just great to see the bodies getting in there, getting involved and pushing people forward, driving the pile down. So I know it's certainly got the crowd excited. I know that when I heard that live on the broadcast. Unfortunately, I'm not able to be at Soldier Field. I would love it if I was. And again, Sam Mustafa, look at this getting to second level. And Lucas Patrick, ability to pull set up by this here, by tight end and tackle. This really is good stuff. And then Cody kind of catches him here and gets into his pads, but this is going to end up bad for him. Braxton Jones getting down to Christian Kirksey, the linebacker here. And there goes Blazingame coming down on Jalen Petrie. You like the look of that if you're at full back and you're running at a safety with the number 5. You love that. And there goes Lucas Patrick. Absolutely buries the cornerback. Gotta love that. And real tough day for him. This is what I love about Khalil Herbert though. Look how it's almost like he's being towed by Kari Blazingame. How close he's, hand on the back. I mean, that's the way you want it when you're following your fullback. Get your hand on his back, push him into the guy you want him to hit, drive him to get that body moving, stop, let the linebacker wash past, stop on a dime. Look at that, stops on a dime, makes the linebacker wash past. Arm tackle just isn't going to get it done alone. Takes a safety spin, go again. Wallow's coming in. Everybody gets involved. It's already whistled dead, but let's just get the pile moving and let them show that we want to drive them to our will, not theirs. Great stuff. Just 2 plays left. This time we've got 2 tight ends on the field. We've got stacked wide receivers this side. Again, you can see in the numbers, they clearly know that Blazingame is the one that we, not Blazingame, Khalil Herbert is the one that we need to stop. At the end of the day, good luck with that because they didn't do it the rest of the game. So let's just see what we get up front. Again, that's showing motions. The motion showing man. You're going to get man across. It's just a straight zone block off there. Braxton Jones walling his guy off. Jalen Petrie is the guy. And at the end of the day, if it's difficult because he's motioning across so fast and he just basically needs to cut right here. But he's just a little bit too quick and just overruns it a touch. But blocking up front, again, Sam Mustafa and Cody Whitehair, the double. Linebacker comes in, Whitehair comes off, gets him. Look at him pressing up, just the patience. See, he gets the ball, just that little hesitation step there, look. Hesitation step there by Khalil Herbert, right there. just to give yourself time to pause and go, get through the hole, get your pads down, keep driving your legs. Crucial 4 or 5 yards just to get the first down, get the chains moving. Look at it up front. Again, you can sort of see from where the centre is, where they think it's going to go. We've got, what, 4 bodies at the line of scrimmage here, and only 2 at the line of scrimmage here with the linebacker behind. They kind of know it's going that way. Well, let's see if it works for them. There's a double again by Lucas Patrick and Larry Borum this time. Again, Borum just driving his man across the hole. Tight end here is, I think it's Wesco actually this time, that tight end on Green. Yeah, it is Wesco. Drives him to the ground. Green, as he comes in to make a tackle, just drives him. Lucas Patrick able to come out of the traffic, get on Kirksey, keep him going. Borum with his block here really does create this crease. And that is a crucial block there. Good stuff up front, boys. Great effort. Just one more play to go. So it's the last play now, and I'm gonna hear all of the sighs in the comments. No, we want more plays. Well, don't worry, you're going to be able to join me later in the week. We're going to be breaking down every single part of Fields' game and the pass game of the season so far as a live broadcast. We're also going to have a defensive focus as well, looking at what they did well, what they didn't do well. So here you sort of see, it's interesting because I think this is a man-match concept. You've got cornerback over the outside, but then when you get the motion from the inside here, from the outside to in, you replace, this becomes then match concepts with the guy that's in motion, because again he's going to probably settle on the inside. What I like here is the ability for, again, Equanimous St. Brown getting down to second level. Again, we've got another wide receiver. I think this is Pettis again. Just effort at the end of the day. That handoff there, good blocking up front. Again, we're going to see that at the other angle. Again, this is Tevin Jenkins just walling his guy off on the back side of the play. Going up front, tight ends are doing a really good job. And so is Pettis there, leaving it one-on-one with the cornerback. No chance, fella. Bounce it outside. Khalil Herbert goes crazy. Safety's not going to get it done either. We're literally a little bit, I can't really blame him because he's, 150 something yards at this point. But just run through that guy and get an extra bit. I know I'm being a bit greedy. So Cole Kmet, the motion man, comes across. There goes Peachy with him. There goes the second motion, shows you its match. And look at the doubles up front. So singles to this side, just wall them off because it's coming over here. At the end of the day, motion's coming over there. We want to try and get somebody, moving across like this. Double, single. Well, it's a single because the tackle's basically going to wash him down. Braxton Jones. Look at that. That's the way you want it washed down. There's Cole Kmet, wash him down. There's Dante Pessin, wash him down. This is the way you want it because that's the cutback lane. It's really nicely done. The blocking up front here on this, what is the front side at the end of the day, it looks like the back side because it looks like zone action coming this way. But it's not, it's just a reverse pivot by the QB. Hand it off up the middle. There's that sort of cutback lane. You see it blocked really, really well. Cornerback comes down. Not a chance with Khalil Herbert one-on-one. Just gets straight past him. Goes downfield. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, consider hitting like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bells, all the rest of it. And I hope to see you in the live broadcast. And I hope to catch you in the next breakdown. That's a bite-sized breakdown from Bearlissimo. Be kind, bear down, Bearlissimo. Cheers.